Watching a movie in theaters is a lot of fun. Now, streaming is super convenient, and I love being able to watch something, and if I like it, just watch it again, like in the next few days, pause it, rewind a little bit, and just rewatch something. That is fun, super convenient. But there is a lovely, lovely experience when you actually go to a live theater and you mingle with strangers for these hours or two while you watch a movie. Yeah, the soundtrack of an audience, it adds to a lot of the fun of a film. Honestly, even if the film is bad, if there are entertaining people in the audience, it's worth the money. It's worth the trip outside. And while I saw Bob's Burgers, the movie, I had a lovely treat with an audience. Now, for the Bob's Burgers movie, it was exactly how I imagined it was going to be. It was a really good episode of Bob's Burgers. It was funny. It had a lot of gorgeous scenes that can only be in an animated feature. It was true to the characters. It had a weird twist that totally made sense. I mean, it wasn't super same, but could only really happen in a Bob's Burger universe. It was unique and memorable while also just being so cringy in the best way. Yeah, it was a very fine, TV series got to be a movie kind of thing. And the audience made it better. Now, to my right was a group of people my age, adults, who were just, laughing, going, Jesus Christ, whenever, like, the Belger kids were doing something super cringe or kind of amazing. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun in those moments. Like, those are the kind of people I hope to get an audience. And to my left were actual children, small children. It was one of those times, I think, where the parents thought, hey, this is a cartoon, that's great. They didn't seem to notice that Bob's Burgers was rated PG-13. And, yep. There were a lot of moments that were either really, really scary for little kids to see, or a lot of dirty jokes that I would just love to hear the parents try to explain later. A lot. Mostly the word whole is involved with having to explain the jokes. And a lot of moments that were pretty scary. Now, small spoiler for this Bob's Burgers movie, there is a murder. And you do not see the murder, thank God, but it makes stuffed animals so much creepier. Let me just say that. Their dead little eyes are so not cute anymore. No. But yeah, it was just a really well written, very long episode that, I was happy to watch. I really could have. I'm happy I saw it in a theater because audiences really make the movie. And Bob's Burgers, it brings out some of the best in people with its absolute absurdity in the most cute way. All the dirty stuff is mostly said by kids, and you're like, oh no, like these perverts and such. But it's more like, those are the kind of horrible things kids say, either by nasty intention or by accident because they don't know better. Either way, I think it's super organic, but you can only really be adults when you say it. If you make kids say it, then it's creepy, but the whole cast is by adults who are replaying themselves as kids. It's a tricky line, but also I'm kind of happy that those fools brought their small children to see it because I think having that one movie to freak out kids, it's kind of an experience of growing up, okay? Reality will break kids with all the horrible things going on in the world, and you sometimes think movies are your one escape, but no, sometimes a movie that's supposed to be for kids can freak you out, and I don't know, it can prepare you a little bit. I think that's important too, so I'm happy, even though the kids were super whiny and climbing all over the place, making noises that were not cute. Yeah, and I think they were kind of bored with the fast, dialogue of it because, again, Bob's Burgers is an adult cartoon, so there's a lot of talking, a lot of fast talking for the show. Even adults, I think, miss how fast these characters talk. So those are the parts where the kids lost at, but the action parts they definitely paid attention to. Lord. But one issue with seeing a movie in theaters and having a friend who actually likes watching trailers is I had to sit through all the terrible trailers. Now, I was the friend who doesn't like animated features, and all the trailers we had to sit through totally justify why no one respects animation. There was this stupid, samurai cartoon with cats and dogs that just was so painful to... I had to close my eyes, but just listening to it was just hurting my bones and my flesh. The DC Super Pets movie, I cannot believe that's really happening. I'm tired of seeing the commercials for it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I mean, it's bad enough that Superman has a dog that has superpowers, but I, I cannot believe it's a thing with an actual movie. I hate that so much. Oh, and the Buzz Lightyear trailer. I've been avoiding the Buzz Lightyear movie, but this newest trailer just makes me hate it a little bit more. First, I just hated it because it's like, enough with ripping off Toy Story's glory. But no, this one was super annoying because it showed all the really aggravating parts that the Buzz Lightyear movie can have. At first, when you see the posters, you think, oh my god, this Buzz Lightyear movie looks so adult. It must be made for space fans and such, and people who like rockets and sci-fi. The trailer I saw for it made it look super annoying, bad fart jokes, and god, I hate that little cat so much. And in a moment, as I kind of leaned over my friends, I would have preferred that they made a Woody movie. They're like, I've never actually seen Toy Story. I know, heartbreaking. So I was like, okay, despite all the garbage you've seen, Toy Story is actually a good movie. It's a good animated feature. It is the movie that just... Toy Story is that film that I think anyone can see. Even if you don't like cartoons, you should see Toy Story because it's amazing. It was really hard for me to sit on that pedestal and saying, yeah, that's one animated movie that's actually great when you're a child, when you're an adult, whatever. But I really can make a case for animation when they have the goddamn minions in front of me. It's hard, goddamn it, it's hard. I love animated features, but God, ugh. Okay. Very mixed signals. All the animated trailers leading up to Bob's Burgers were stupid enough that you think, okay, let's rot kids' brain with this absolute nonsense. And then you watch Bob's Burgers, which, yeah, even if they did do it live action, I think would have been a perfectly fine film. But yeah, it's just rough, man. God, and I don't want to see a live action Bob's Burgers. I mean, there's still novelty in seeing it, but I would fear whoever would, train a 9-year-old to talk like Louise Belcher. Even though she's an amazing character, it would be terrifying to see that on a real child. But in a way, I still hope that when people watch this movie, they are inspired and amazed by Louise, because, yeah, the movie concentrated on her a bit and to the best effect. Now, everyone, the main family all has their own, thing in this movie. Linda and Bob kind of share a thing, but it makes sense. It's still really well done. I love the fish odors. So as a Bob's Burgers fan, I thought it was a pretty good thing. I didn't think it was wow, that's the best thing Bob's Burgers ever made. No, there are a lot of amazing episodes, and this is definitely on the top. But it also did that thing where, even though it was a good Bob's Burgers episode, it wasn't the creme de la creme. It was still very good, and I'm happy that it deserved a big screen, all right? It did, it really did. A thing that's streaming is there are a lot of movies I see while I stream on them, and I think, oh my god, this is so cool. It would look even better with the surround sound of a theater and big lights, and yeah, I can invite friends over to watch a movie, but I kind of want just random little pips and quips. So theater, even though, actually no, when I think about it, the tickets were not as expensive as they were maybe a year ago or before the pandemic shut everything down. So people are going back to matinees because it's okay, yeah, we can still try to charge you $20 for a thing of popcorn. But let's go back to when, matinees were less than $15. And yeah, I feel more comfortable with seeing movies. Not that I know it's not going to rip a hole in my pocket. So theater, I don't want to think that you're going out of business because you're still a very wonderful experience. You still make films special. I don't need Nicole Kidman to tell me that. But yeah, I still think that going to a theater is a great joy. Bob's Burgers, honestly, I can't imagine what else you guys could do. I don't want you to be like The Simpsons and go on for 30 years and, we're just ripping the blood off your bones. No, I don't want to do that, but yeah, I love rewatching you. I liked rewatching this. I think, it's just a cool enough movie that I'd see it again in theaters just for the fun of it. It's just light and funny and good enough that I want to recommend it to anyone. Not anyone who's a little sensitive to, whole jokes, but yeah, I think it's an easy film to see with other adults. Children, well, eh, maybe not other adults. Not everyone can get the cringy, gross humor of Bob's Burgers, or the wit of its strange and eerie plots where they always take a big cast of underdogs. Okay, Bob's Burgers is tricky, but I think it's chill enough that almost anyone can sit down and give it a chance. That's my 2 cents, and yep, Bob's Burgers the movie. I liked you. I'd see you again.